Alright guys, well, got another battery I'm trying to restore. This one had a dead cell on it, and the truck that it was in, text message, anyway, truck that it was in, it had a dead a seized motor. Well, not a seized, but had a knocking in it and whatnot. So it sat for about a year in the cold winter and whatnot. And we replaced the motor. We got the motor in. It's good to go and everything. But this battery, after that, just did not want to take a charge again. I think fully charged, when you took it off the charger, straight off, put a voltmeter up to it, it registered 12.5 volts only, right after you took it off the charger. So that's not good. Usually they're about 13.5, 13.7 volts right after you take it off the charger. You know, it'll decline a little bit here and there, but that kind of predicted a dead cell. So I took it and emptied it about halfway and put a really rich mixture of Epsom salt in it. Well, first time I put a little dosage of Epsom salt. I mixed some up, about maybe 2 cups worth of Epsom salt per. I think I put about maybe a whole cup of Epsom salt, mixed it in to 2 cups of distilled water, boiled it, whatnot, got it all mixed in, put it in there. It seemed to help it for maybe 3-4 days ish, and then again it got cold again, then it wouldn't take a charge again, so it ended up being only 12.5 volts. And anyway, I got it charging, and all the cells bubble. Those 2 do, those 3. The first one here bubbles quite a bit. The last one bubbles quite a bit, but the middle one is a dead cell. But you can tell now, after I put a whole container of Epsom salt, and well, one of those whole big containers, I think probably about about a cup and a half maybe of Epsom salt per 2 cups. I emptied this battery out again, about halfway, and then filled them all back up, and discharged it with this fog light for about 2-3 hours, and it only registered like maybe 7 volts after that, after I got discharged. And I put it on this battery charger here, and it's registering probably like 4 amps, about 3 amps now. Usually it was only like 4 amps and it wouldn't go no further, but now it's about 3. But anyway, I'm slowly kind of rejuvenating that dead cell. As you can see now, if it'll focus, there we go. It's kind of bubbling again, and it never used to bubble before. See, it's bubbling pretty good now. Oh yeah, bubbling pretty good. So I think, maybe, I've revived that dead cell. Now, I'm probably going to have to do discharge it again a few more times with that thing there, with that fog light, about for another couple hours, and then do it another day, and then probably do it maybe one more time. And I think that dead cell will come back to life with just that Epsom salt. I mean, it's not bubbling like the others, but it is bubbling now. Before, it was not bubbling at all. After about 2 hours on the charger. It's really cold out. It's only like 10 degrees out. But as you can see now, it is bubbling. Usually a dead cell will probably not bubble at all. But this one is bubbling quite a bit now. Not a lot, but I mean it is. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this charger for today. It's been on for about 2 hours now. So I'm going to take my voltmeter here and attempt to hold this one with my coat. And this one here. It's off the charger now. It's declining quite a bit. But as you can see, it's over 13 volts. And it's slowly declining. Hopefully it'll stay around 12.6. If not, well, this cell's pretty bad. But like I said, I might be able to rejuvenate it a little bit more by putting that back on, discharging it quite a bit, and then putting it back on, doing that quite a few times. So, I don't know, Epsom salt does the job. So now it's slowly declining. 13.31, 30. Tomorrow morning it'll probably be around 12.6, 12.5 maybe. I think today I checked it overnight. It was at like 12.33-ish. Yeah, slowly declining. But I'll let you know in the description if this cell has been revived or not. It's not bubbling anymore since I took it off the charger, but it was bubbling. Yeah, I don't know. If I can I'll show you what the cells read. I'm going to put this one on that. Oh boy, dropped it. Okay, let's see what happens. It's about half a volt between here and there, which is normal. You put it in between here and there. Reads about 2.5. Between there and there. 4.8. And between here and there. About 6.7. Here and there. 9. Here and there on the last one is 11.2. And on here and there it is 12.94. So, I don't know. It may come back, it may not, but Epsom salt has definitely made a difference. I know they're kind of overfilled quite a bit. I took about half a cup probably out of all of these cells together because they were overfilled, and looks like they're kind of overfilled again. Might have to do it again since it's been charged up and whatnot. Everything expands when it heats up. So, but yeah, I mean, if you got a dead cell and a battery, and you don't have any money, if you want to spend $2, well, $2 for the Epsom salt and probably about $2 for the distilled water, more like $1, I think it is, $1.50. You might want to mix up some, and if the cells are overfilled, or no, not overfilled, but filled up this high, you might want to dump a little bit out. But be careful. Mix you some up water and baking soda, and mix it up real good. And then after you're done with everything, go ahead and pour it all over the battery so to eliminate all the acid around it that you spilled out, because it's going to run all over the place. And it'll neutralize the acid so no one will get hurt and whatnot. But make sure you wash your hands, wear gloves when you do it. Be safe. But I mean, it seems like the Epsom salt is working slowly. It's working slowly but surely. I mean, it's bringing this battery back to life. And I got another one here. It'll hold a charge for about 3 days, and then if you don't start your vehicle up within that 3 days, it'll just die. I added some Epsom salt to it, and I don't know. It might bring it back. Seems like it does. I mean, I left it for 2 days without a charge, and it's still read like 12.6 volts or more. So, yeah, try some Epsom salt. I'm wanting to do a alum, ALUM conversion to one of these batteries here in the spring, so I can, because it's too cold out right now to run the garden hose and rinse them all out and real good, and put the alum and distilled water in them and charge them up good. But they're not really good for vehicles in the cold winter because they'll freeze up and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, try some Epsom salt. I mean, it's a really slow process. You're not going to be able to add the Epsom salt to your battery and then be able to go to work in the morning. It's just not going to work. Buy a new battery and keep one of these. Maybe if someone else, and try to restore it like I did. And if it works, well, cool. And then if somebody else needs a battery right away, well, you'll be able to give them to them. I mean, that's what I did with one of the batteries I had, and hell, his is still working. Far as I know, I gave it to him like 3 days ago. I had that battery for about a year with Epsom salt mixture in it, and been charging it up every once a week and whatnot. And hell, it seems like it's working for him pretty good. I mean, he starts his truck up every day, and goes and whatnot and does his job. And it seems like it's working for him pretty good now. And it's like a 6, 7 year old battery, and it's still working. So, I mean, you might be able to get another year out of your battery if you use some of this Epsom salt. So, it's pretty neat. Give it a try.